My wife and I have been interested in architecture, and when we came and looked at the house, there was this German magazine on the coffee table with the pictures of this house built in Kentucky for the Johnson family, and we'd seen it before, so she knew when she saw it that's what she wanted. This house looks just like the Johnson house in Kentucky. So we looked at it, and my daughter had a horse, was registered. My wife wanted the house. I had no chance. We bought the house. So there you go. It's a different house, as you can see from the pillars behind us. By the way, there's 75 of those 600mm diameter, 2.5, 3 metre high pillars in the house. We're sitting in what's called the main lounge room at the moment, which is about 7.5 by 8.5 metres, so it's a big room. But the house itself is wonderful for entertaining. You can take the 2 simple couches out of this lounge room, you can put in 4 round tables, which all seat 8, and then you can have a formal cocktail dinner, formal sit-down dinner for 32 people, which you can't do in very many houses. We've had some wonderful family events in here, but on a more formal thing, we've had the American ambassador here as a guest for lunch, for a table. We had 32 people for that, and on 3 separate occasions we've had a formal black tie sit-down dinner with Prime Minister John Howard. And the last time John Howard came here, he got out the car at the front and came up to me and said, "Hello again, Keith, we've got to stop meeting like this, people will talk." So it has been a lot of fun entertaining in this house. It is wonderful. Yeah. Yes, we're very garden keen, and we've always been very, we love trees too. When you look out there, all these trees you can see, virtually every tree we've planted. The big rows of conifers all around the paddocks, we've planted them all. We've planted thousands of trees since we've been here. We got in touch with a fellow called VIC, who's a very well-known garden designer. And he designed the gardens over there. And I can still remember on the plans, there were 4,500 plants that we had to put in. So they're quite extensive. But yes, the property in the area is well noted for its garden and its views. I mean, when you look out here, you can see, it's Western Port Bay you can see over there. The shed that the stables are in, it's 220 feet, like it's 73 metres long. We overdid it a bit. So when we came here, the daughter had the interest in the horses and she had the horse. To make it all worthwhile in terms of having a manager here, we set it up for agistment. So we had 4 or 5 people agisting their horses. People would come up and have lessons on the menage, and it was an absolute hive of activity for all the horses. You're sitting here on 40 acres with all this, the horse stuff, your helicopter and the gardens and everything else, and just boom, you're down there. You cannot buy this anywhere in Melbourne, that you are so close to restaurants and that. And Hailbury is just down the road, St Margaret's is just down the road, the primary school is just down the road too. So look, all the schools are very close, and you're living in this lifestyle. You don't hear any traffic, you don't see anybody, we've got lovely neighbours and we have dinner with them and we socialise, but we don't see them on a day-to-day basis at all. You come through the gate and you're your own little world.